Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy VM back with another video. So, it's currently 10 p.m. here in Germany and let's get started. So, what would I like to talk about? Well, in today's video, I believe I titled my video, um, what did I title it? Let's see. Like, yeah, that's right, now I know. Sorry guys, took me a little while to think about a topic. But I probably already titled it on my YouTube video, but yeah. Um, the ghosting culture. Ghosting culture, the ghosting culture for Gen Z. What does that mean? Maybe you guys can relate to this, but if you guys notice, like if you try to stay in contact with some of your old school friends, you realize that a lot of them. I'm trying to adjust this. A lot of them they just ghost you a lot of times. Like a lot of your friends at school were actually not really your friends. And when you try to make new friends these days, especially on social media, people can just ghost you anytime they want. Like you try to make friends, you try to make connections, it's not going to work. And this is not just like making friends online. I'm also talking about people who you meet in real life, who you meet just across the street. You try to talk to a pretty girl, and then she just rejects you because, you know, or she just ghosts you, you know, after you added her. You talk to her, conversations seem a lot drier than before, and you notice that, and this is why at some point you just had enough. And as I said, social media gives people more options. You know, there's always someone more handsome than you, more handsome than me. There's always someone, a girl that's more prettier than you, and there's always someone richer than you. And it just doesn't stop there, you know. And not just that, even if you are in a relationship and your girl is on social media, she just, spends a lot of time on Instagram and just scrolls through different feeds. She sees the guy hotter than you and she just wants that guy, and she's looking for ways to cheat on you and all that. And that's what social media does to a lot of young girls. Like respect to the girls who can just get rid of social media. You barely see any women these days getting rid of social media because they want that validation. They want that power that they have on social media, the attention that they get. And this is why you see this culture of ghosting others. Like if you try to talk to a really pretty girl, she'll most likely give you her number. Maybe less likely, but even if she gives you your number, you text her, and either she says, "Who is this?" Like she acts like she doesn't know you, or she just simply just ghosts you without any explanation. And it's becoming more common. I'm not saying that it's just with pretty women. I'm saying that this is becoming more common among us younger generations, like Gen Z, maybe even millennials, um, and also Gen Alpha. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, you guys probably see this with a lot of people. Yeah, you just try to connect with them and they just ghost you. Like, I've had this issue many times here in Germany. Like, I try to make friends and they just end up, ghosting me. I did nothing wrong. I just asked normal questions, just wanted to get to know them. But I feel like people just don't want to get to know each other no more. People just want to have that dopamine rush. People just don't want to have like in real life connections anymore. And most of my friends in Germany are older than me. I don't have any younger friends. Like hardly. Like, do I know anyone that's younger than me? No. Only two people are older than me. And let's be honest, like talking to my generation feels like I'm talking to a bloody robot, you know? Like every time you try to ask someone for help or for a favor, they just end up reading your message and just don't reply to you at all. You know, it's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in nowadays. Like, you cannot have any brotherhood anymore. You don't have any sisterhood. No sisterhood, no brotherhood, no friends. Like, people don't actually have friends anymore. You can't even make friends during this time. Like, it's just not possible. Like, it feels impossible these days. Friendships don't mean anything nowadays. Like, friendships nowadays feel kind of like transactional. Like, every time you give them money, for you do them a favor, like give them money. Most of the time, as soon as you give them money, they start to change. They just start to ghost you. They just don't give you money back, or they just end up not contacting you again. And that's a very common issue nowadays. This is why we always have to watch our back wherever you go. And at some point, especially young men that are true to themselves, they had enough. Like, why would you waste your time with people who just constantly ghost you, constantly want your money? Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to complain here, but the reality is the reality, right? You're just tired of the same boring conversation, the same old story of other people ghosting you. At some point, you just want solitude, and you decided to stop making friends, and you just accepted your solitude. Yeah, it's hard out there, people, with social media, with people having more options. At some point, I also got fed up. Oh yeah, by the way, I have a story to tell you guys. So there's this guy that I met in the forest, right? I was walking in the forest, just taking a normal walk. This guy said hello. I thought I was able to just walk by him because I realized that most people are fake, which luckily I knew he was fake. So yeah. What I'm saying is that this guy, I had a nice conversation with him. He showed me a picture of his kids, his daughter, his son, you know, and all that. And he told me that he's gonna teach me how to make fire in the woods. He's gonna teach me how to, you know, how to carve wood in the proper way, where I can drink clean water. I'm grateful for all of those things, right? So he told me like, "Oh, it's starting to rain heavily, right? Why don't you just drive me home? You don't live far from that area, from your area, right?" So I decided to drive him home, right? And guess what? He told me that, hey, want to exchange numbers? I did. I did not really have my smartphone back then, so I had like my Nokia phone because I forgot my smartphone. And he says, no problem. I'll stay in contact with you after 2 weeks because I have to, prepare for Christmas. That was last year. Like, you had to prepare for Christmas. So I said, okay, no problem. We'll stay in contact after 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, he didn't reply. So then I decided to call him, right? I called him, and then he asked me, like, who is this? And I said, my name is blah, 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 right? And he's like, who is this? I don't know you. I said, remember we met in the forest? He says, I don't know anyone that I've met in the forest. And it was like 2 weeks ago. Like, after 2 weeks, I called him, and I didn't exactly call him on Christmas Eve. I'm talking about, like calling him, like, 5 days later after Christmas Eve. And he just decided to just ghost me after that. Like, isn't that insane? Just because I forgot my smartphone does not mean you should ghost me. Like, would it have changed even if I had my smartphone and was able to exchange numbers and I text him? He would probably still ghost me in the end. It will probably still be the same result. At least that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But seriously, like, This tells you a lot that people just ain't reliable. People are so quick to bail nowadays. People don't want to even connect with each other no more, and they ask themselves, why do I feel lonely? Well, you just constantly ghost other people. Like you don't give the other person time to explain himself, to talk about himself, and for you don't even give yourself time to understand the person. And that's the problem. And that's why I said, you know what? If people just constantly ghost me, I have many more examples to give you guys, but it's probably too long for this video. But yeah, it's just crazy. And you decided, like, you as a man or as a good woman, a good man, you just had enough at this point. You're like, nah, fuck it. I'm not gonna talk to anyone these days. I had enough. I had enough of people. Can't deal with people no more. Yeah, it's getting a little bit late, getting really tired, but yeah, I've had enough of people and I just wanna be at peace at this point. As I get older, I'm careful who I stand by. You know, that's something you guys should learn. And when people start to ghost you, they actually did you a favor. You know that they weren't for you in the first place, right? I think social media really just showed people's true colors. And yeah, if people just don't want to connect with you, those are not the right people. Alright, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Although I'm just talking to a camera, I'm talking to myself basically, but you guys are listening to my videos, so hope you enjoy it. And till then, much love. Peace.